Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This is Yasharal, Living Orders and Commands. It is an end-time series to those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father. If you are tuning in for the first time and you are one who seeks to do the will of the Almighty Father, I am compelled to believe you will come to discover that His name is Yahuah and that He manifests Himself. His word was manifest in the flesh, in the person of Yahushua Messiah. You will come to understand the dynamics of these earthen vessels, and that a spirit is dwelled within these earthen vessels, and that the Almighty Father chose to come in the virgin birth and step into an earthen vessel to demonstrate to us how we are to worship and obey Him and follow His commands. This may be confusing or combative to those who disbelieve or struggle with believing that Yahushua Mashiach is indeed the Almighty Father. But in due time, true Yasharal will awaken in such a manner that all will be made clear to those who struggle with understanding what is indeed set apart. This segment of Yasharal, Living Orders and Commands, to you, my brothers and sisters, is entitled Measuring Beliefs and Expectations. End times have arrived, and I want to begin this segment with inviting you to consider these words. These will be some important words for discovery. How, when, where, who, what. My brothers and sisters, many of us have taken positions regarding our pursuit of set apartness, but have failed to ask these questions and seek complete answers. Sometimes we ask questions, but they are more rhetorical in nature. In other words, we already have a conceived answer. Let us learn how to ask a question. Let us learn the importance of the words how, when, where, who, and what, and be patient to examine what is indeed set apart. Yes, there will be times when we will cut off wickedness in its tracks as led by the Spirit of Yahushua. But there will be times as we pursue set apartness, as we pursue unity and demonstrate set apart reasoning, that we will demonstrate the patience to hear the response, the answer to a matter as it relates to questions that will be asked. Most of us have failed to discern the seed of any matter. When recognized, bring to light the purpose of such matters. Patience appears to be a function most commonly avoided when needed the most. End times are bringing about the most trying of conditions and times. It will be wise for us to begin to discern what the Spirit of Yahushua is saying as it pertains to messages, that He is sending to us, delivering to us, as it pertains to measuring our belief and expectations. Keep in mind the following, my brothers and sisters. 1 Peter 4:17 say, but it is time for judgment to begin from the house of the Almighty One, and if firstly from us, what is the end of those who do not obey the good news of the Almighty One? My brothers and sisters, we say we believe the scriptures. We state that we are set apart children of Yahuwah. But how often do we pause to witness what the Spirit of Yahushua is saying to us, through us, one towards another? How often are we able to discern the Spirit of Yahushua's presence literally alive and among us? My brothers and sisters, consider the passage that I just read regarding judgment beginning at the house of the Almighty Father first. Are we not a house of the Almighty Father individually and collectively? I invited you at the beginning to consider these words, the importance of these words, and let me read them again. How, when, where, who, and what. Let's take, for example, the verse that I read in 1 Peter 4:17, which states that judgment begins at the house of the Almighty Father first. Let's examine the words how, when, where, who, and what as it relates to 1 Peter 4:17. How will judgment be executed in the house of Yahuwah? How will we be able to discern set apart judgment versus one's personal opinion? How will we prove to establish the judgment that is set apart from the Most High? How will proof be established? How long will it take for us to yield to the proof once it's revealed? When? When will we see judgment emerge in the house of Yahuah? When will we witness those who are charged to render right rulings in judgment? When will we be able to discern the time to submit and yield to set apart reproof and discipline as a result of rendered judgment? When will Yasharal begin to unite upon receipt of set apart judgment? Now the matter of where. Where will we be in our walk when this judgment begins? Where will we go as a result of judgment? Or will we be moved out of the way? Will we be moved at all? Where will the judges reside that will render judgment as they are led by the Spirit of Yahushua? Where will we head when judgment requires us to come away from wickedness? Where will individuals be directed to go? Who will be purged from our presence? Yes, my brothers and sisters, all of these questions from one verse. And I assure you, though we may not pay attention to these details, as it become real to us, as the reality that judgment has begun at the house of the Most High first, these questions and many more will emerge. Who? Who will be in charge of rendering judgment? Who will be among the ranks of those that are judged? And will we judge one another as the Spirit of Yahushua works in us, demonstrating iron sharpening iron? Who will journey in unity upon experiencing judgment? Who will rejoin us later versus those who we may never see again as a result of judgment rendered? Who will support and confirm the judgment that will be rendered? Who will be among the ones that will be overtaken as a result of judgment? The unbelieving. Who will be betrayers or false accusers of those who are directed to execute judgment and do so out of obedience? What methods will be used to judge the house of Yasharal? What process will we witness to break us free from strongholds identified during judgment? What resources will we possess, or what resources will be stripped from us as a result of judgment? What options will we have once judgment is rendered? What will the characteristics of an awakening nation resemble as judgment begins within the house of Yahuah? My brothers and sisters, the things we say we believe are about to be put to the test. We are about to face actions reflective of measuring beliefs and expectations. Out of our beliefs are expectations of which we press forward looking for completeness. Whether we are able to discern the life in these words or not, it will not stop the judgment that has begun at the house of the Almighty Father. And it will come with demands for measuring our beliefs and expectations. Yes, measuring them. Another way of judging is to measure. And out of measurement comes expectations. Each of us will grow to see the relevance of the word judgment, and that within its functions are actions. Judgment brings about actions of measuring beliefs and expectations. I could word this message differently and say that we must examine things closely and render an opinion or decision with the expectations of change. Believe it or not, regardless of what words we choose, judgment will bring about action and prove to reflect the same function when we look at measuring our beliefs and expectations. Pray and watch. My brothers and sisters, many of you may be lost or might be struggling with my point in this segment, which is again entitled Measuring Beliefs and Expectation. It is a matter of looking in the mirror and measuring up ourselves against what we say we believe, what we believe we're supposed to be doing. And what are our expectations? Are they reflective in our actions? Many of you may have forgotten already how I presented 5 words that I believe are important in these final days. 5 words that will bring about seeking, that will bring about the expectation of answers in some way, shape, or form. Those 5 words: how, when, where, who, what, How they tie in with measuring beliefs and expectations. If you're struggling to understand, you will one day come to see clearly what this means. The need to seek out answers, the need to recognize when discovering answers, it brings about expectations. There may be those among the listening who will struggle with remembering that I read 1 Peter 4:17 at the beginning of this segment. Due to my long-windedness, or maybe the methods in which I'm communicating this subject, I invite your patience. I invite your tolerance, my brothers and sisters. The point of this message is to address the need of knowing that we have entered into a time where we must remember where we have fallen. We have entered into a time of judgment, and it would be wise to begin measuring our position and expectations in order to be assured we are on the right path towards improved set-apartness in Yahushua Messiah. The point I am tempted to drive home is that though any verse read a specific way or with specific words, there is more to what we read. There is the life in the scriptures of which the Spirit of Yahushua reveals many details for our benefit. Though I centered this segment around one verse, every scriptures require us to seek to discern the life in them, their function, the actions that are demanded and expected of us. All set-apart communications require us to seek the life in them in order for Yasharal to be awakened completely and made whole. End times will prove that an awakening nation, Yasharal, will emerge in structure, unity, discipline, and as a result, refinement, perfected in the image that the Most High has designated and has guided us through his set-apart spirit, sent in Yahushua's name. Soon time will prove that we will learn and continue to learn the importance of measuring our beliefs and expectations. We will find ourselves journeying from the four corners of the earth. And with each step, they can be measured. It will be a reflection of our beliefs, our expectations. Rise up and awake, O Yasharal. It is time to embrace all that is necessary for making us complete and whole. It is time to begin identifying a rise in the spirit of Yahushua and responding. End times will bring the most humbling conditions necessary for us to obey set-apart living orders and commands. Pray and watch. No one is exempt. No one can escape what is necessary, what is ordered, what is demanded by the Most High. Until next time, continue to pursue set-apartness and know that there are many details of which must and will be obeyed regarding our final days. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, I pray that we're able to measure our beliefs and expectations and improve and build upon those in maturity in Yahushua Mashiach. Until next time, continue to pursue set-apartness. It's time to awaken, my brothers and sisters. It's time to step up. Step up our actions, our life, and be a reflection of what is indeed set apart within us. Until next time, Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.